The holidays are just around the corner, and that means that Lansing is usually a political ghost town this time of year.
But education reform kept Michigan legislators in session. 24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Alvin joining us now on set to tell us what all the activity was about.
Ever seen that sign downstairs that said if it wasn't for the last minute, nothing would ever get done? Well, it's kind of become a habit with the folks over in the House and the Senate, too. Wait until the last minute, deal with some major issues, perhaps the biggest changes in education reforms, as they're called. That'll make the state eligible for millions of more federal dollars. It was another ideological fight between Republicans and Democrats, but in the end, they both seem to like the outcome. Program is called Race to the Top, but what exactly is that?
The Race to the Top is a program that states can make application to the federal government for additional funds. What we passed in the legislature are really a series of reforms that will position Michigan to put in a good application for Race to the Top.
Some of the changes the legislature agreed to include the possibility of adding more charter schools, letting the state take over poor-performing schools, changing the dropout age from 16 to 18, and tie teacher evaluations to student test scores, just to name a few. All requirements of the federal government to compete for the extra cash. So, are these changes being made just to please the feds?
Well, actually, these reforms are good reforms, regardless of whether Michigan is successful in Race to the Top. The reforms that the legislature passed late last week will be good for schools, and I think as time plays out, they will really be critical in turning around Michigan's education system.
As a member of the Republican majority in the Senate, Kuiper seemed happy enough with the changes. And the majority party from the House, the Democrats, are happy as well, even if there is some frustration with the last-minute nature of the legislation.
Well, you know, we did pass a cuts budget in our schools, educational system. They're massive cuts. One side, the Senate side in particular, was not really willing to deal with revenues. So there are federal funds available, upwards of $600 million. And so it was crucial in getting that money to invest in our educational system in this state.
Is this, from your perspective, good reform that helps Michigan education, or is this the federal government making more requirements of state education?
A combination of both. I think part of what we should have been doing, and what I've been pushing for and advocating for very loudly, is the fact that we can't wait till the last minute, and that's why we're seeing such an extension of the time being there in the House. Wait till the last minute and try to jam everything through at one time.
Nothing passed in Lansing last week's likely to do away with the last-minute nature of how things get done there, but at least not now. The state can apply for those additional funds. Those applications are due next month. Not clear when the federal government will make the awards to the states that meet their requirements.